Thank you for joining. This is the Weekly Wellness Report. This week we have Restoring Great Tomato Flavor, Sleep the Great Motivator, and Why Lights Don't Dim When You Blink. Key to restoring great tomato flavor discovered. I found this story a little bit disturbing. What's wrong with the supermarket tomato? Consumers say they lack flavor, so a University of Florida researcher led a global team on a mission to identify the important factors that have been lost and put them back into the modern tomato. In a study published today in the journal Science, a professor of horticulture sciences identifies the chemical combinations for better tomato flavor. We're just fixing what has been damaged over the last half-century to push them back to where they were a century ago, taste-wise. Stressing that this technique involves classical genetics, not genetic modification, we can make the supermarket tomato taste noticeably better. Step 1 was to find out which of the hundreds of chemicals in a tomato contribute the most to taste. Modern tomatoes lack sufficient sugars and volatile chemicals, critical to better flavor. Those traits have been lost during the past 50 years because breeders have not had the tools to routinely screen for flavor. Next we have Sleep the Great Motivator. With adequate rest, you're more likely to stick to your resolutions, neurologist says. If you really want to follow through on your New Year's resolutions, make sure you get enough sleep. That's the advice of Michigan sleep specialist Dr. Kathy Goldstein. Adequate sleep is a key component when trying to achieve goals, whether it's healthier eating, more exercise, quitting smoking, improving relationships, or getting ahead at work, she said. We definitely take sleep as a luxury. It's not, said Goldstein. People who don't get enough sleep are more likely to make poor food choices and to eat more. Goldstein advises getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night, going to bed at the same time each evening, keeping your bedroom as dark as possible, and covering up any direct flow from electronics or clocks. And lastly, we have Why the Lights Don't Dim When We Blink. Blinking prompts eye muscles to keep our vision in line. Every few seconds, our eyelids automatically shutter and our eyeballs roll back in their sockets. So why doesn't blinking plunge us into intermittent darkness and light? New research led by the University of California, Berkeley, shows that the brain works extra hard to stabilize our vision despite our fluttering eyes. In a study published in today's online edition of the journal Current Biology, they found that when we blink, our brain repositions our eyeballs so we can stay focused on what we're viewing. When our eyeballs roll back in their sockets during a blink, they don't always return to the same spot when we reopen our eyes. This misalignment prompts the brain to activate the eye muscles to realign our vision. Our eye muscles are quite sluggish and imprecise, so the brain needs to constantly adapt its motor signals to make sure our eyes are pointing where they're supposed to. Our findings suggest that the brain gauges the difference in what we see before and after a blink, and commands the eye muscles to make the needed corrections. I will post the links to these articles in the description. Thank you for watching. Good day and good health.